What's up everyone, Joho here, bringing you T4's on a budget. Starting with, well not starting, but we're going to kick it off with the Supernatural team today. We'll start off with Mordor. First and foremost, you want 2 mini sorcerers. Mainly because not only does it grant the extra ability, but because of when any character then dies, yours or an enemy's, it doesn't have to be a mystic and you get that 10% heal, which is vital for this team's survival because there is no tank in this team and they can be quite squishy. After that, you may want to invest in MESMERIZE. Personally, I haven't yet because you get the 50% chance to stun. This always applies stun. Depending how you use him, it might not always be a good thing. If you use him for, let's say, with someone who spreads things like Venom, Carnage or Hela, if they get the stun, you ain't spreading that. None of those abilities will let you. But if you get the blind, it will. It is very, that's why I haven't put mine into it yet. If you're on a budget, I wouldn't necessarily do it. It doesn't come up too often where you would have to have stunned them. It's mainly when you want to go, when you're going against a tank, you want to do that. But with tanks resistances these days, it barely sticks anyway. Likes of Colossus and Juggernaut ain't going to stick a stun to them. So moving on, we will go to Scarlet Witch, one of my favourite all-time characters. None, you don't want a single one on her. The only one people would suggest maybe to do, I would say, is Chaos Wave. There is no point doing that on a Supernatural team. The damage is, even if it's piercing, isn't worth it. The defense down, she's the last one to go in a Supernatural team. By the time then your characters then come around again, the defense down's already gone. So you don't actually get any use out of it. So none on her. Ghost Rider. Straight off the bat, you want Spirit of Vengeance. So with this one, you get the extra damage for when one of yours characters dies.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die!
And he retaliates. So that is always helpful. You give more ability energy to your others. So let's say Ghost Rider dies, he will then give 3 energy out to the Supernatural team, which means Ghost Rider. Doctor Strange is then ready to revive him straight back up, and he gives that extra 20% max health to all Supernatural allies, which again is vital in this team. With no tank, they are squishy. After that, there isn't much more I would say to do. Penance there, if you really want to invest in this team, you can do, because it is piercing. It does help him with the extra damage, so he gets more drain, stuff like that, but it's not necessary if you're on a budget like myself. Again, before that I would do Hell Cycle anyway, because you get a bit more damage, but you also get the bleeds for 2 turns, so that's just more damage throughout the match, but none of them are necessary. Spirit of Vengeance, you can move on. Doctor Strange, definitely want at least 2 in here. I've only got the 1. People would always say do the revive first. I'm not going to try and pronounce that because I'll butcher it. The book of Vishanti. He tried to pronounce it anyway. Butchered it. Anyway, moving on. So with this, you get to revive the 2 allies. So you revive a Supernatural ally with 65% health, and then you revive another ally with 50% health. So that will revive not only a Supernatural person, but another. If you're in a full team of Supernatural, it will still revive 2. Very helpful. It just doesn't come up that often for me to worth investing in it just yet with all the other toons that need it. I actually preferred this one because of when you have 3 or more Supernatural allies, which he should have on his team, he should be used in that Supernatural team. When the allies apply a positive effect to themselves, he heals for 5% of his health and gains 1 deflect up to a maximum of 5. He is vital to keep alive because of the Winds of Witchcomb, as well as that revive. So this makes him more survivable. It's all about getting that survivability, because the damage and bleeds from this team anyway will carry you through. And then last but not least, we have Elsa Bloodstone, another redhead. I swear the developers love redheads in this game. It doesn't bother me, I too myself love redheads. But with this one, again, there's no vital ones in here. This one, you get a bit extra damage for one that was missed, and she gets the 100% accuracy, so she will never miss. Doesn't come up that often. This one is definitely worth doing if you wanted to go heavy into the team, but again, we're on a budget, we can't do that. But if you really love the Supernatural and want to put one in extra to her, I would go for this one because you get the extra 10% damage per supernatural ally, and that hits 3 targets, so it's 150% damage in total extra, plus the 30% damage to primary and adjacent. So what, 240? Yeah. Quick maths, not. And then I think that's it. That's your 5. So in total, we're looking at 1, 2, none, 1, 1, 2. So that's 5 into this team, and you'd be good to go. You could even get away with just a 4 with if you don't do the mortar. So that's it. That's not bad to get this team. Awesome. They're already awesome without them, but if you want to make it, if you really like them, and they are an amazing team, invest those 4 into it, and you're good to go. So that's it for today. We're going to be doing the X-Men one next. If you do want to see different ones though, or another team, just let me know, because I'll probably do X-Men and Hydra. But again, I can change that if you so wish. Just leave it a suggestion in the comments below. Also, if you could like and subscribe, yes, I'm turning into that person now. It would be awesome for my channel, because I am trying to get it up and running. Thank you very much for dropping by. Remember, you stay classy, YouTube.